Okay, so I'm going to start back with the problem that we just finished with. Okay, so we should have produced 0.671 grams of hydrogen. All right, but if we run this reaction, what happens if we only get 0.570 grams of hydrogen produced? Now, this is actually a common occurrence where what you actually get is much less than what you want to get or what is theoretically possible. Okay? You might lose product because of difficulty in isolating or purifying a product. Okay? So, isolating and purifying. Okay? It just might be a bad reaction, and you might have an incomplete reaction. Okay? There might be side reactions. This one's quite common, meaning reactions that you really don't want to have happen, but maybe something's reacting with the oxygen in the air. Okay? All of these things will mean that your actual yield is less than the yield that you calculate, the theoretical yield. Okay? So we have something called percent yield. And percent yield is the actual yield. Here, I'm not going to abbreviate just yet. Okay? Actual yield over the theoretical yield. Okay? Now, actual yield, you either have to find by experiment or it has to be a given, right? Theoretical yield is what you calculate using stoichiometry. Okay? And this, of course, is times 100% to get the units right. So one of the things that people get a little confused about is percent yield and percent error. Okay? They are not the same thing. And for example, let's say that you had a reaction that was supposed to make 100 grams of something, and you only made 98 grams. Okay? So this is the theoretical yield. Here's the actual yield. Okay? It's pretty easy to see from this that if I take 98 grams divided by 100 grams times 100%, I get 98% yield. Now, what about if I asked you for the percent error? Okay? Well, the percent error is going to be 98, the absolute value of 98 minus 100 over 100. And these should all be grams, I apologize, times 100%. Okay? Now this is going to be 2%, right? So if I have a 98% yield, I only have a 2% error. So you'll see that they are related, but they are very, very different. Okay? So let's get back to the problem at hand. What is the percent yield of this reaction if only 570 grams of H2 are produced? Okay? So my percent yield equation's right here. And the actual yield is my given, 0.570 grams H2. Okay? And my theoretical comes from back here, this 0.671 grams. Times 100%. Okay? And when I calculate this out, I get 84.9%. And that, my friends, is percent yield. We'll see how we use it in some more problems.